Welcome back. Last time you saw Chad as he built the legs for this table and he did a great job. Now today I'm going to show you how I'm going to make the shelf box, which is this. I'm halfway there. I've got the basic box shape here. I've still got to put in grooves down the sides and prepare the rails that attach in those grooves. So I'll show you now how I got to this stage and then I'll continue on to show you the rest of it. I'm about to start making the shelf box and I'm going to use this piece of veneered chipboard. That's going to be absolutely ideal. And first of all, I'm going to start by breaking that down into pieces that are a bit easier to handle, and then we'll cut them a little bit more accurately. For the sake of a clearer viewing experience, I often raise or remove blade guards, etc. But when you're doing this, always remember to follow all the safety instructions that come with your tools. By putting some masking tape along the cut line, we can protect from any tear out above the saw, and with a zero clearance insert next to the blade, we can prevent for any tear out below the saw. Make sure we get the miters in the right place. This is going to be our show side, so they want to come in towards me. So mark them with a pencil and then put them in accurately using a mitre square. So move that up to the corner. Now we could just take those square cut boards, bring them to the mitre shooting board and shoot the miters all the way using the plane. But the glue in the board is going to dull the blade quite quickly. So let's take away most of that mitre back at the circular saw first. So now, with an awful lot less material to remove, it's back to the mitre shooting board just to true up those miters. Regular checking by eye makes sure you don't go too far. I'm aiming for a lovely straight, sharp edge bang on my line. That's 2 down, 6 more to go. If we take the mitered side, put it on a flat surface, you should better see that by rocking it down onto that mitre, the front edge comes right up tight against the surface. And that proves that we've come all the way to the edge. Now the plan's called for the shelf box to be jointed with hidden splines or biscuits. I'm going to use biscuits, and this is a setup that I've made that makes it an awful lot easier. So the biscuit jointer is screwed down onto a board here, and that's clamped to the worktop. That allows me to use the biscuit jointer one-handed, nice and safely. And as you can hear, it's also coupled up to an extractor. Now the delicate edge on the mitre doesn't want to touch anything whilst we're doing this because it might get damaged. So what I've done is created a little channel in front of the machine, helped by the board that it's clamped onto. So on this sample you can see the delicate edge of the mitre. That just goes into that little gap there. Doesn't come into contact with anything, but it allows the face that needs the slot put in it to go up against the face of the jointer, the inside edge against the fence of the jointer, and this board, which is clamped to the front of the bench, presses behind the board to be cut with a biscuit jointer in line with where the cutter comes, which gives me good resistance and will stop the board moving when I make the cut. All I need to do is hold this board. The short ones, side ones, will be held here against the fence, the longer ones a bit further out. Just hold that in position, and then I can one-handed work the cutter, slide it in and slide it out. And I can fit 5 number 0 biscuits in there, and that'll be plenty. I used a couple of offcuts to run a sample piece, and with just one biscuit you can see just how well that goes together. Before gluing up, a dry assembly is really essential to get the sequence right and to get your clamps adjusted so that they're slack enough to put on quickly, but you don't have to adjust them before tightening up. I'm using a PVA with an extended open time, but it's still going to be a struggle to get the 20 biscuits installed and the whole thing put together and clamped up before it starts to go off. I've planed this large batten up to check for both size of opening and squareness. Any slight misalignment can easily be taken care of with a plane. So here we have the finished shelf box with rails, and next time Chad's going to be building the rails for the top of the nightstand. So remember to join him there. Cheerio. Now, to get your hands on a set of these plans for free, go along to the Just Giving page and support this build, where there's also a chance, if enough of you support it, for one of you to actually win the finished nightstand. And also, all of you will be credited in the videos.